Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing good. It's your girl in the house. I was just passing by to say that in 2024 that we're going into, a lot of things have to change. If you want to see different outcomes in your life, then a lot of things that you've been doing, or a lot of people that you've been tolerating, a lot of people that you've been allowing into your life to take undue advantage of you, treat you as if you're nothing. You've got to cut them out and you need to let them go. There's a story of this guy who had a girlfriend. They dated for so many years. And the girl had the opportunity to travel, but didn't have the money to support her dreams. Because the guy thought, oh, we've dated for such a long time. We've known each other for years. So if I support this girl, if I help her to travel, maybe later on, she can also support me and take me over to be with her. We can live our lives happily ever after. What does he do? He sold his own car and sold his father's on top of that, put money together and supported this girl's dreams to travel to the West. On arrival, after the dust settled, she began to find her feet. Now when this guy calls her, she starts to show him attitude. And on one of the days when he called her, when she finally picked up the phone, she told him that I don't deal with blue collar type men in my life anymore. You're not my class. You're not my size. You're not the sort of speck of guy that I should be dating. So please, don't call my phone again. And this guy was now on social media crying to everybody who would give him ears to listen about his ordeal. Again, there was a young woman that had her whole life ahead of her. She met this man, albeit under very funny circumstances, because she was unwell. And this guy supported her to get better. It felt like, oh, one good turn deserves another. This guy supported me. He's helped me. It's only fair that I also do same. So they started dating. Unfortunately for him, some weeks in, he lost his job and things became very difficult for him. She felt sorry for him and said, oh, it doesn't matter. You can move in with me whilst you sort yourself out. Except this moving in temporarily to get him back on his feet so he can stand as a man took all of 4 years. There was no excuse that this woman did not hear. Oh, because of this, and I don't like this job, and this is going to make me this way, and I don't want to do this, that, and the other. And in those whole 4 years, this woman would foot every single bill, down to the food that they ate in the house. All in the name of, this guy has helped me. He helped me when I was nothing, when I was sick and whatever, so it's payback time. After all was said and done, one fine day, this girl had gone to work, fallen sick at work, and was sent back home to come and recover. Whilst laying in the bed, the man that she thought was hers for forever and a day, my boyfriend, the love of my life, this man was busy. She could overhear him talking to somebody at a female voice on the other side of the line, and they were laughing uncontrollably in the middle of the night. Only for her to go and find that this man that she has spent so much on, thinking that she was trying to support him get back on his feet, this man was busy having phone sex with another younger model on the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning. You could keep me going on and on with so many stories that I've heard, things that have happened to people in real time, both men and women. But you see, at the end of the day, we can't blame anybody else but ourselves, because if you allow yourself to be used, if you allow somebody to come into your life and take advantage of your goodness, your kindness, oh, let me help him, then you don't have anybody else to blame but your own self. Sometimes we mistake sympathy, empathy, for, excuse my French, stupidity. When you're too nice, when you don't know how to say no, when you don't cut corners and draw clear lines, set boundaries, people will use you. People will take advantage of you. And when they're done, they'll spit in your face. I just have to say that. So I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I'm just here to say that if in 2024 you want to have different outcomes, if you want your life to improve, if you want to make progress in your life, if you want to realize your dreams, you got to cut out all the things that are sucking the living daylight out of you. And I don't care who it is. You got to let them go. Otherwise, your life will continue to remain as it is, if not worse. Because, we live in a time and an era where the richest people in this generation are probably just about 1%. The bulk of us are struggling, hustling hard to survive. And so if your hustle is going to count for something, it's up to you and the things that you do, the decisions that you make, the boundaries that you set for yourself. If you sit around and allow yourself to be a leaky loose pipe, that everybody can come, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can use, you can't turn around and blame anybody that you've been taken for a ride, that you've been taken advantage of because you weren't open and clear enough to cut out some things and some people out of your life. We cry, oh, and this person did this to me, how much he hurt me. No, you allowed the person in. They didn't hold the gun to your head. When they came with their sob story, you bought it. So you have yourself to blame for that. Honey, it's a new year, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. As you sit and make all these resolutions and plans and strategizing and whatever else you need to do through this Christmas period, make sure that every hole that things are leaking out from, especially your finances, that you seal all the doors, you close them and bolt them. Don't allow anybody to take advantage of you just because you're kind. You're a nice person, Mr. Nice Guy, Mrs. Nice Woman. In today's world, most couples have to work to support each other before things happen. The men are not able to be the sole providers of many homes. The people who can afford to do that are in the minority. For the hustlers like me, most homes, it takes the man and the wife, the spouse, to make it work. And so, my darling, these days, hello, Sister Virtuous, there are so many men who are not looking for women that are going to sit around and allow them to foot all the bills in the house. There are some of my sisters who don't even do simple things. Even going to wash your own hair in a salon, you have to go to your husband to give you money for that one. Common salt that you put in soup so that you can eat. You are waiting for your husband to come back from work first before he brings you salt to go and cook food for you guys to eat. Hello, Dede, how are you doing? If you do this, if you sit around and just waiting for somebody to do everything for you, guess what? They don't really see that much value in you. And I've seen a lot of men mistreat women because they think that you're being a liability and not an asset. You're draining the living daylights out of them. All you know how to do is, and this hairstyle, and this new Brazilian hair, and this new dressing, but you are not footing the bill to afford it for yourself. My sister, if you want to add value to any type of relationship, you got to be self-sufficient. At least you need to have something that is income generating. And when you do that, you earn the dignity and respect to sit at the table when decisions are being made. Can't you see that in our African setting? Generally, when you sit at a table in a home, and because you're poor, you look all ragged and tatty. Even when what you're saying, your advice, it makes sense. Nobody buys it. They don't listen to you. Oh, shut up. What do you know? What you're saying could make perfect sense. But just because you don't have, nobody wants to hear nothing you've got to say. But when rich people who seem to look the part, when they are even talking nonsense, people buy it. Why? because money talks. And so, honey, if in 2024, you got to make yourself valuable for your own self. Forget about your spouse. Make it valuable for your own life and your own self. You have destiny to fulfill. You have a dream life to live. Regardless of spouse, you have your own life, even in the marriage. Yes, I've said it, to live. So think about those things. Don't allow anybody to take undue advantage of you. Know that you are your own person. God bless you. I love you. Take care of yourself. Stay handsome and beautiful. And look after yourself. Take care. God bless you. Bye.